you know, do cardio, but you need to eat more and more and more. My last piece. Boom. He says boom. What? Don't put that on the camera, dude. Don't put that on the camera, dude.
What's handing it to you, motherfucker?
Bro, I'll be looking pretty good up in this shot, so. Hold on, let me fix the lighting up in this place.
Yeah. Yeah.
There we go. Hey, let's go.
I'm lazy, bro.
Well, guess what? I want to say something. Fuck you!
Fuck you, bitch! I'm kidding, alright. Alright, what?
Hold on!
Hey, pull up some.
Chill out, what? Pull out some shit, what?
Hey, get it off the game, bro.
Put it on YouTube.
Put it on you. Okay. I'm not getting off my game.
Yes, what do you mean?
Yes.
I was gonna play some Call of Duty, then talk about it, bro. Chicken, apparently you're gonna be playing Call of Duty, and I'm gonna be watching TV.
You
Alright,
be
bro, that's
watching
fine.
No, I'm not playing. I'm not playing. That's the thing, though. See, I'll put it up just for you, sunshine. All right.
With these muscles, bro.
No, you gotta get on somewhere. Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball. Hey,
Move it for a tip.
move over this way. Move over towards the door.
I can't, Gigi's.
Jeffrey, you gotta move. He's moving over there. Here, I got you.
I'm just trying to move this cord so I don't like. Damn. Said fuck me. I'm not even. I'm not even.
You gotta turn these lights on too.
What? I'm doing ruining your YouTube. Oh, stop.
Sawyer! Bro, that shit's trippy as fuck. Please stop.
Yeah, that shit too trippy, homie.
This guy. I like it! I like it! Oh! Just barge right through, man. Back up. Back up like all the way towards the door so I
can't help it. I'm fucking.
You can also sit back too.
I'm a heavy guy.
I don't want to. I want to be at least be able to like be near the camera.
Where's my
I'm not in it.
my bag?
Sawyer.
Bro? Oh, I left it in here.
Sawyer, bro. Chill. Hey, give me that remote.
Tell you what, let
Right
me
for
play
the
that
smoke,
thing.
bro.
on guitar.
Give me the TV remote. No, dude.
Yes, dude.
We've literally got a video.
You just restart the video.
I'm big cheating.
You already think we're crazy.
Are you saying
What are you doing? That's my controller. Stop.
Oh wow, okay.
What did you click?
I clicked on. I just clicked on YouTube. I just went on
Oh,
YouTube.
that is Jeffrey's controller. How about mine's right here?
What do you want? What do you want me to type in? Watch again. I'm down with some alien shit. Jeffrey, what are we fucking watching, dude? Listen. Can't. Oh my god, Jay.
Hey. Give him the fucking remote. You do it. Come on. We're fucking around.
Oh yeah. Did you see why I get frustrated? He like never listens.
Just let him think. Let him think.
Meet Dave. He makes bad decisions, like texting and driving. But the worst part about Dave is you never saw Dave coming. So buckle up. Just because you can drive doesn't mean Dave can.
To, like, not be able to, you know.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Bro, come on. I'm trying to watch this shit. I'm trying to see what.
Okay, yo, you have
they
to make
fucking
it...
unleashed for the fucking aliens and shit,
You
bro.
gotta think of what it's called. Hold on.
I know, nigga. I'm gonna have to edit it. I'm gonna have to edit it.
Yeah,
fucking bitch ass pussies.
Especially the beginning when me fucking around in front of the camera.
Yeah.
I was just fucking around in front of the camera in the beginning, but now people are gonna think I'm crazy. So, yeah.
Here, let me find.
Damn, I can't even. I want to be in it.
I know exactly what I'm gonna find now. So I
get up there on the bed.
Subscriptions.
Why does he set the guitar there, dude?
Marcus, Mr. Shake
Worldwide.
Huh?
Well, did you feel that rumble this morning? Some of you let us know about it. Something shook parts of the area at around 11 o'clock. What was it? Good question. The experts at the U.S. Geological Survey say it likely was not an earthquake, but they guessed it may have been connected to the military. But the Navy says it wasn't them. The mystery remains.
Think about
we
it,
can't
bro.
see what we can't. We can't. This has nothing to do with the stuff coming out. They cannot.
Yo, that's crazy as fuck, bro. I can turn your TV up and
You're welcome, JJ.
You need to get more batteries.
what is that?
This video will get. If there's hey, make sure there's no music, so this video will get copyrighted. This will get copyrighted. This video.
It's not every day you see the moon turn red, but that's exactly what happened today in some parts of the world.
And the upcoming moon will give us a special show, the second and the largest supermoon of the year, and a lunar eclipse. A lot going on.
And a rare astronomical show. Recently, there was a flare on the sun, so today Dave Leake is joining us to tell us why that happens and that effect that it has on the Earth.
And sometimes things just fall into your lap, and that's really what's happened this week. If we could just go quickly to image number one, here's a picture of the sun from Saturday, and I want you to notice the little sunspot group that's there kind of at the upper left, and image number two is from yesterday, and look what happens to the sunspot group.
Whoa.
See, see how it's moved. There's a 11-year cycle, and we're kind of coming on into the next cycle. In fact, in 2020, there was 208 days where we didn't have any spots on the sun whatsoever, but that's going to be picking up. And you can see material streaming away from the sun. We call these things coronal mass ejections. Doesn't that sound painful? And these things leave the sun anywhere from 600,000 to 6 million miles per hour. Whoa. Now, if these things happen to be aimed at the Earth, believe it or not, it can be a little bit dangerous. This is from yesterday. And you're looking at the pole of the Earth, and this is sort of around the magnetic pole. And where the green is there, that's where the air is glowing, and that's what gives us the northern lights. Image 8 shows you the northern lights, and this picture was not taken by me. This picture was taken by Frank Lang in Saskatoon, believe it or not, and he took this, I believe, the 18th. So when the northern lights are glowing, it's really the air glowing.
It's going to be an interesting week because we're going to see something in the skies we haven't seen for a while, as a matter of fact.
From Hong Kong to Australia, Eyes to the Skies Wednesday as a rare celestial event took shape.
Skywatchers woke up early on the West Coast.
That's just Bible stuff. I don't know what I'm doing. Jojo, I don't know, I'm looking for certain people. Mr. President! Look, he's not driving. He said he's driving. Watch. Watch his.
Hey, go back. Let me see that real quick. Want to see that? No. Oh. What song is that?
This?
Yeah.
Why? I knew this song. I have it downloaded. Go on Snapchat right now. Yeah. Cannot keep up with the flow, ho. You already know how it go. Two bitch, fuck a bitch, call it Oreo. You already know how it go.
Alright, what you got?
Nothing so far.
Rapping so fast.
Any old videos that you
make a nigga have a heart attack.
What about the 2018 N shit? That 2018 N shit? Just a little bit.
Are you ready for what's coming?
Bro, what the fuck? Now you just reset it completely.
Hey guys,
No, I can't.
so about a month ago I came across a video right here on YouTube from a young man who received a rapture vision from the Lord. And it is an amazing story. His name is Scott, and I'm going to play his video for you in a minute. But before I do that, I want to say a few things related to it. Now, for those of you who follow this channel, You know, in September and October of this year, 2020, I created a 3-part series entitled The Rapture. The 30th, 2020. Here on Here's the Deal. In our 3-part series, I make it very clear that on the day the catching away happens, all the wicked people on earth will perish in fire. In other words, there's no pre-trib rapture event. When the rapture happens, it's over. The end has come. So guess what Jesus showed and told Scott in his vision? The very same thing. So at the same time as I'm making our series, God is giving Scott this mind-blowing confirmation vision. And Scott didn't know anything about me or my channel, and I never heard of him. And what's even better is this. Scott was a pre-trib rapture believer. That's what he was taught. So you're literally going to see his mind being blown at what Jesus is showing him and telling him will happen on the day of the rapture. It's a stunning testimony. Please listen to all of it. So here's Scott.
Hey everyone, my name is Scott and I'm going to share a dream, vision. I'm not too sure what it is with you and in regards to rapture. I'm going to just explain what happened. On Monday morning to afternoon, I was aerating at work, aerating and overseeding. It's that time of year, it's fall, so I was on the aerator and I heard God call out to me and said, Scott. And I was kind of like puzzled. I was like, so I took my headphones out to look. I look around because sometimes customers will yell at you if you're not listening. So I put my headphones back in, going and listening, and then I heard it again. And I keep looking around. I'm aerating. I keep looking around. I'm aerating, and all I remember is saying yes. Is this me? Is this God? I didn't know at that point. So this has never happened to me, by the way. I've never had a rapture dream. I've never had a vision. I've never had God spiritually, physically show me anything before until now. So where are we at? We're at the house, and I'm trying to remember which house it happened at. So this is the house where I heard him tell me, okay, this is the house. Now, with this dream and vision, there's a part where I don't remember aerating or working at all. I don't even know how anything got done, to be honest with you. I don't even know.
What the fuck were you watching?
Because I had to go back and check and make sure I did, and everything was done. Okay, so at the first house that we're at, and this is probably 9:45, and this happens from 10 to 1 o'clock. And
Jeffrey, where is the shit that you see?
Like I said, I heard a voice. Yes, that's me, Lord. And then the voice says to me, and this happened 4 times. And then
Wait, put on what you guys wanted to watch.
Let me see that. Let me see it.
Look at this.
Bitch.
You seen Occupation?
No.
It's crazy. Pretty crazy show or movie. Yeah. It's Asian, but it's crazy.
Oh wait. Shoot, go. Yeah.
Bruh, eat gas.
Yeah. You can say nothing.
781 just sped up to 46 knots, 50 knots.
This morning, the sound of U.S. Navy sailors reacting to a radar screen tracking unidentified objects flying around their stealth ship.
38 knots.
At times, the radar lighting up with 9 objects. It could be similar to those captured on night vision and infrared video, swarming warships for nearly a week in July of 2019, then disappearing without a trace.
That one's perfectly 000 relative, right? Yeah.
At one point, 2 objects suddenly vanishing from the screen, something experts say can happen with smaller targets. But the man who released the leaked video, Jeremy Corbell, says it might suggest the objects went above or below the radar range.
It's moving above the capacity for that radar to see it, or they're moving below, which would mean into the water.
Earlier this month, the filmmaker released another video showing a flying sphere drop into the ocean.
What was splashed?
Saying USOs, or unidentified submerged objects, have also been tracked by the military. When asked about the radar video, a Pentagon spokesperson would only confirm they were taken by Navy personnel and were part of a review of unidentified aerial phenomenon, but wouldn't comment about how they were released.
Why are they confirming these videos that are leaked to you?
They want to be ahead of it. And they're out of options. There's a lot of pressure by the global public and the American public, for answers.
And after years of Navy fighter pilots also reporting other incidents where flying objects seem to accelerate instantly or fly at supersonic speeds without breaking the sound barrier, lawmakers on intelligence committees are demanding answers.
There's enough obvious evidence here that we need to take this seriously, not downplay it, and try to gather as much information as we can to figure out what is it these pilots are seeing and what does it mean.
Right now, there are a lot of unanswered questions, and of course, if other nations have capabilities that we don't know of, we want to find out. If there's some explanation other than that, we want to learn that too.
Gotti, we mentioned that looming intelligence report on UFOs from the Pentagon. What can we expect from that?
Well, Chanel, technically that report is due around the end of June, but there is a chance it could be delayed. And there's also some debate over whether this could be Russia or China who have invested heavily in advanced drone technology. But one source told me that if this does turn out to be a different country, brazenly mocking our warships right off of our own coast night after night, this could represent an intelligence failure so big it might make some in the Pentagon wish these were actually from somewhere else.
Can't wait to find that out. My goodness. All right, Gotti, thank you.
Wow. What do you think, Dylan? Try it? You think that they're
life UFOs?
Yeah.
I think maybe they're UFOs from the future. Like technology has advanced so far to the point that the future, it's like...
Perhaps I should have just asked you about the weekend weather.
You trust that a little bit more?
Maybe I should, maybe we should stick to the forecast.
We'll stick to that. Not that it's a great forecast for you, but it is a forecast nonetheless.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting...
What the fuck?
The Director of National Intelligence will soon deliver an unclassified report to Congress about what our government knows about UFOs. Public imagination about mysterious flying objects has been mostly shaped by Hollywood artists who've wondered what would happen if and when we ever make contact. NBC News reporter Daniel Arkin joins us now with more on all this. Daniel, I know you spoke with a number of Hollywood alien film... Let's try that again. Hollywood filmmakers who do films about aliens about this upcoming movement. What did they tell you?
Hi, Aaron. Thank you for having me. One of the people I was most excited to speak with is Chris Carter. Carter is the creator of the television show The X-Files. And I asked him, how does it feel to see the subject of UFOs move from the cultural fringes somewhat closer to the cultural mainstream? And he told me that for him, someone who's been fascinated by this topic for decades since he was a teenager, it was delightful to see UFOs finally make front-page headline news in 2021. I also spoke with Barry Silanenfeld. Barry Silanenfeld is the director of the very popular Men in Black film trilogy. He happens to be a very colorful guy. And he told me that if aliens are indeed out there, he is frankly terrified. He imagines that they aren't particularly friendly and that human beings don't deserve to be treated particularly nicely. I was also excited to chat with Aaron Ryder. He's the producer of the Amy Adams drama Arrival, and he told me that when they were shooting that film in 2015 in Canada, he was really gripped by this feeling that it was only a matter of time and in some ways inevitable that the American public would learn more about the possible existence of UFOs. If anything, he told me he's surprised that it's taken this long for an unclassified report of this scale to reach the U.S. Senate.
Wow, yeah, I've seen all those films you just referenced, and if any of that stuff becomes reality, it's a scary, scary thing. One other thing that I thought was really interesting, you spoke to a professor who says that media depictions about UFOs and aliens have potentially negatively impacted what is a serious field of study. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, I spoke with Diana Pasolka. She is an academic and an author of a book about the role that UFOs have played in the national psyche. And her perspective is basically this. Hollywood treatment of UFO encounters is kind of a double-edged sword. On the one hand, some of the great science fiction films and television shows have inspired people for decades, inspired people to pursue interesting careers in the sciences and the arts, and in some cases even in public service. But on the other hand, and this was the really crucial point you're asking about, she believes that some of the more sensationalized and fantastical depictions of UFO encounters in movies and shows have often stood in the way of this topic being taken with the seriousness that it might deserve. Her example is, you mentioned UFOs in casual conversation. A lot of folks might think of the creepy aliens from the timber.
You're fucking lucky that you got out of school.
Wow.
They're adding an additional 4 years to everybody that goes through school.
I've seen that, yeah.
16 fucking years of school.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm out.
16 fucking years of school, dude. Fuck that, bro. That's what Biden said, bro. Listen.
We're in the 21st century.
Listen.
That's why my American Families Plan guarantees 4 additional years of public education for every person in America, starting as early as we can. Because we did in the 20th century. But, my God. What are you doing?
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the SA. My God.
These 3 videos, released by the Department of Defense, have changed the way many people see what we can't explain.
The moment you mention UFO, immediately what comes to mind are little green men, tinfoil hats. That's not at all what we're dealing with.
In 2004, off the coast of California, an F-18 Super Hornet training exercise was suddenly interrupted by a call over the radio that would come to define Commander David Fravor's career.
You know, there's certain things in your life where you just remember in vivid detail what happened. And that's one of them, because it's honestly the strangest, most obscure thing I've ever seen flying.
Fravor, the commanding officer of the Navy's Strike Fighter Squadron 41, and another F-18 scrambled to check out an unusual radar blip 80 miles off the coast.
So as we're looking around, the backseater in the other airplane comes up and says, "Hey, Skipper, do you see?" And before he says it, I'm like, "Dude, do you see that?" As soon as we look down, we see the white water, and then we see this little white tic-tac. It's pointing north-south, and it's just going forward, back, left, right.
It's just bouncing around?
Yeah, like a ping pong ball.
What was its shape? What was its... what did it look like it was made out of?
Like a perfectly smooth, white tic-tac. But for people that need a bigger visualization, a giant propane tank.
Fravor says the F-18s began circling, Fravor at 20,000 feet, and the so-called tic-tac only about 50 feet above the surface of the water.
And I say, "Hey, I'm going to go check this thing out." And the other pilot stays and says, "Hey, I'm going to stay up high." And then it starts coming up at us.